Have you ever looked back on your teenage years and just thought, man, what was I even thinking? Today, that's exactly what we're talking about. We're going to break down 7 big lies about your looks, your height, and your social skills that waste so much of our time and energy. Let's get right into it.
And man, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's that feeling of regret, knowing you spent years worrying about things that, in the end, just didn't matter. All because you believed in stuff that was just flat out wrong.
And we're not just talking about a vague feeling here. There's a real cost. The person whose journey we're following literally estimates he wasted 4 to 5 years of his life on these exact myths. That is a huge amount of your life to just throw away.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the myths of the mirror. You know, these are the lies about our physical appearance that we obsess over for hours and hours, and they just eat away at our confidence. So, myth number 1 is a monster in the online looks-maxing world. That's the community all about maximizing your physical attractiveness. And the myth is this, that you can literally sculpt your face with exercises. The guy we're following is super clear on this. After years of trying everything, from pulling his thumbs across his jaw to tapping his face, he saw absolutely 0 results. It's one of the biggest scams out there.
I mean, just think about the logic here for a second. It just doesn't make any sense, right? To make your bicep bigger, you have to lift heavy weights. You need serious resistance. But for your face, the exercise is just rubbing it with your finger? Come on, there's basically no resistance there. How could anyone expect that to work?
And honestly, this quote just nails it. Not only is it a total waste of time, but you're probably just rubbing bacteria all over your face with your hands. You're more likely to cause breakouts than to build a jawline. So yeah, the takeaway is simple. It's not worth your time, and it's just kind of gross.
All right, let's move on to something that's a really sensitive topic for a lot of people: height. There's this super common belief that your genes are your destiny. If you have short parents, well, that's it, you're doomed.
But hold on, let's look at this real-world example from our source. His mom is about 5'2", and his dad is 5'5". So based on genetics, you'd think he'd be somewhere in that range, right? But he's 5'7", taller than his own father. So what's the deal?
Well, the reality is that your genes are more like a suggestion than a strict rule, especially when you're a teenager. Things like eating well, exercising consistently, and actually getting enough sleep can have a massive impact. It can help you hit the absolute top of your potential height range.
Okay, let's tackle a myth that causes so much guilt and anxiety it's not even funny. It's the idea that masturbation will physically wreck you, that it kills your muscle gains or messes up your skin. Let's be crystal clear. It's a totally normal human thing to do.
I mean, the claims you see online have gotten so ridiculous. People talk about retention like you're going to unlock some kind of superpower if you stop for a year. Seriously? Are we in a Marvel movie here? You're not going to wake up one day and be able to fly?
And this is so important to understand. The harm isn't physical at all. The real damage happens to your self-respect and your self-worth when you feel like you have no control over it. It's a mental game about awareness, not a physical battle that's destroying your body.
All right, we've smashed the myths in the mirror. Now let's talk about how we deal with other people. This part is all about the social games we play that, trust me, almost always blow up in our faces.
Oh, you know this one. We've all seen it. You get a text, and you purposely wait 20 minutes, an hour, maybe even a whole day to reply, just so you seem busy and important. It's like the oldest trick in the dating guru book.
But what's really happening when you do this? You think you look cool and high value, but in reality, you probably just look insecure. Think about it. The busiest, most successful people are efficient. They reply when they can, and they get on with their lives. Playing these little games just wastes everyone's time.
Next up is the myth that you have to be a bad boy to be attractive. You know the type, acting all distant, maybe a little disrespectful, thinking that treating people badly will somehow make them want you more.
Here's the cold, hard truth. That stuff only works in movies. You are not the main character in some drama where being toxic is mysterious. In the real world, in 2026, nobody has time for that. They'll just block you and move on with their life. End of story.
And let's be real for a second. That sudden switch, when you go from being a normal person to putting on a deep voice and trying to act all alpha just because someone you're attracted to walked in the room, it's not mysterious. It's totally obvious, it looks immature, and honestly, it's just cringy.
So we've torn down all these myths about looks and social games. If all that stuff is wrong, then what actually works? This last part gets to the absolute core of what it takes to make a real connection with someone.
And this brings us to the biggest, most dangerous lie of them all. It's the one that all the other myths are built on. The belief that if you just get your appearance perfect, the perfect jawline, the perfect hair, the perfect clothes, then your life will magically be perfect too.
Here's how we need to think about it instead. It's a two-step process. Step 1, looking your best. Yeah, that gives you a better chance of getting noticed in the first place, but that's just the start. Step 2, the part that actually leads somewhere, is having a real connection. And that comes down to one thing: communication.
This metaphor is just perfect. If you can't talk to people, if you can't be interesting, if you can't connect, you're just a good-looking product on a shelf. People might notice you, but you're just going to end up collecting dust.
So what's the real superpower we should be going after? It's not a chiseled face. It's the ability to talk with confidence and, this is the most important part, to just be yourself. That is the kind of charm that makes people magnetic, no matter what they look like. So I'll leave you with this one powerful question to think about. If you spend all your time and energy on the external stuff, the decorations, without ever building the foundation of real confidence and communication, what are you really building? It's time to stop worrying about the decorations and start building that foundation from the ground up.